Hello everyone, I hope you all are fine. Welcome back to my YouTube channel Chemist 243. I'm back with another educational video and our today's topic is assessment and teacher professional development in science education. The main objectives of the given presentation include the interconnectedness of the assessment and professional development in the science education, examining how they can work together to improve the given teaching practices and students' learning outcome. Because the assessment is not a single term, it includes the many parameters. For example, it includes the evaluation, analysis, progress, result, plan, measures, and the goals as well. So, take a look at the content of the given study. We will learn about what is assessment, what is the effectiveness of a given assessment, what are the type of assessments available for the science teachers. We will learn the relationship between assessment and professional development, which is a very positive sort of relationship. We will also learn about how professional development will enhance the assessment quality. We will also explore the limitations of assessment in evaluating the science teacher's effectiveness. So, at the end, we will analyze and explore the future directions in assessment and teacher professional development. So, without any delay, let's start. What is an assessment? Assessment refers to the process of gathering, analyzing, and interpreting the information to make an informed judgments about the something. Why assessment is important? Because it includes the many parameters as mentioned above. It includes the collection, the analysis, the interpretations, making judgment and then inform the someone about the given results. Its applications include the use in the education field, the healthcare, any workplace, and research. Why it is important? Because it helps to measure the progress, to identify the strength. So it helps to explore the strengths and weaknesses and make the informed decision. So we can say that assessment is actually related to the SWOT analysis about any person, about any educational analysis or any sort of field work. Now, what is the effectiveness of assessment? First of all, it involves the alignment with the learning objectives because the assessment should directly measure the specific knowledge and skills that students are expected to acquire. Then we have reliability. Assessment should consistently produce the same results when administered under the same circumstances because the reliable results will definitely enhance the overall confidence of the student when they are assessed by different means. The third one is validity. So, assessments should measure what they are intended to measure. First of all, we have to set the goal. For example, we are performing an assessment to check the IQ of a student. So, the assessment questions or the nature of assessment should be oriented to check the IQ, not the behavior of a student or any other parameter. So you have to focus on one point at a time by making an assessment. Assessment could be of any type, but right at one time you have to be focused on one point. The fourth one is the fairness and equity. So assessments should ensure the equal opportunities for the students. There should not be favoritism in the assessment because it will discourage the other students' confidence. So, considering their backgrounds and learning needs, there should be fairness and equity in the given assessment process. Now, what are the types of assessment for the given science teachers? So, we are dealing with the four different types of assessment available for the science teacher. The first one is student achievement data. So, it includes the standardized test, the classroom assessment that could be oral or written. It includes the performance based assessment that can measure the student knowledge and skill in the science. Then we have teacher observations, which is a sort of assessment which include the classroom observation. It includes the peer observations and self-evaluations, which help to assess the teacher's instructional practices, the overall classroom management, student engagement. Then we have a student feedback, which include the surveys, questionnaires, and interviews, which can provide an insight into the students' learning experiences and the teacher effectiveness. Last but not the least, professional development. It include evaluating the teacher's participation in the given professional development activities, which can assess their commitment to the ongoing learning and improvements. Now, what is the relationship between the assessment and professional development? Because the assessment is the term which is linked with the educational field the most. So, it is a sort of symbiotic relationship. So, we can say that the assessment progress and the overall tracking is directly linked with the overall professional development. The more assessing the field or the person is, the more chances of professional development according to that. So, the relationship is defined on three bases. Number one, identifying the needs. So, assessment data can help the educators, the teachers, and the stakeholders to identify the specific professional development needs by pinpointing the areas where students are struggling or excelling. For example, if a student is struggling with learning some sort of science topic, so the assessment plan should be oriented according to the student's need. Then we have to set the goals. Assessment data can help the educators and teachers to set a specific, measurable, and achievable, relevant, the time bound, smart professional development goals. Then we have to measure the impact. We have done the assessment. Now, the assessment data can be used to measure the overall impact of professional development efforts because they help to track the given student's achievement with respect to the time. So, identifying needs, setting goals, and measuring impact is a sort of a symbiotic relationship between the assessment and professional development. By skipping any from these points, of course, will lead to the overall the failure of the assessment and the professional development as well. Now, the question is how professional development can enhance the overall assessment. So, it includes the main 3 points. Number one, improving the assessment practices. So, professional development can really help the educators to develop the knowledge and the skills which are needed to design, implement, and interpret a variety of assessments. Next, promoting the effective feedback. The professional development can help the educators to provide a timely, specific, and actionable feedback to the students. And the last one, they enhance the data driven decision making. Professional development can help the educators to analyze the assessment data to make informed decisions about the instructions and the student supports. So this is how the professional development can actually enhance the assessment because it enhance the overall assessment practices, it promote the effective feedback and it enhance the overall decision making power. We are talking about the assessment which is important in almost every field, but still we are facing some sort of limitations of assessment in evaluating the overall science teacher's effectiveness. The first of all, there is a subjectivity in assessment. There are many subjects that are under the science field, but still we are having no idea or we have limited resources to design and align the assessment for the students to cope up their barriers and to understand the result we actually want to achieve. The second one, we have a standardized test limitation. We all know that dealing with the classroom, there around about 35 students are sitting in the same class with the different mindsets. Some of them are the high achievers, some of them are the mediocres, and some are below average. So we just can't made and distribute the same type of test to all the students having different IQ and EQ level. So we have limitation regarding the standardized test while assessing the overall performance of the students. Then we have the performance based assessment challenges. We have limited scope for the assessment because students got nervous by listening the name of a test or assessment because they think that if they will not perform well, the teacher will embarrass or they will be embarrassed in the eye of the other class fellows. So they will not prefer any sort of assessment in the class. So the assessment is a sort of word which is quite phobic to the students and for the teacher as well, because it required time to first of all design the assessment, then distributing the test and assessment to the given students which are target, and then collecting data, measuring, aligning, and making some results, and then analyzing the results, which were the key points, which is sort of quite a time taking task. So we have limited scope for the assessments. We have also challenges in measuring the overall teacher impact and in the overall given assessment. So there's sort of many limitations while evaluating the science teacher's effectiveness in the area of assessment. What are the future directions in assessment and teacher professional development? We are more concerned toward the technology enhanced assessment. We know that the world is moving fast, and so we have to. We are more oriented toward the AI and the use of digital literacy in the classroom. So the assessment should also be planned according to the needs of the modern technology. So we should be more focused toward the technology enhanced assessment. We should plan the formative assessments and the feedback as well. We need the more performance based assessment. We should work on the overall teacher professional development. And of course, the overall teaching professional development and the assessment will increase the overall data driven decision making. So, what are the key takeaways? First of all, assessment. Assessment is a valuable tool for evaluating the teacher effectiveness, but it got some limitations. Number two, we have professional development. It is very essential for improving the overall teaching practices and students' learning outcomes. Number three, we have technology, which can enhance the assessment and professional development in science education. So, these three terminologies, that is assessment, professional development, and technology, they are basically working in a triangle and they are connected with each and with each other. So if we skip any of them, there will be an incomplete triangle and there will be an incomplete perspective about the given evaluation process. So we need to be more focused toward the assessment, professional development, and how technology can carry both of them. What we can do, what are the next steps in the given assessment process? First of all, collaboration. Continue to collaboration with the colleague, of course, improve the assessment. For example, if you are designing a test for the certain class like 8, 9 or 10 standard, so the colleague who is working with you, of course, will give valuable information because he or she knows the class as well and he or she knows the overall mindset of the student. So the collaboration can improve your assessment practices and it will also give you a professional development opportunities. Next, technology integration. Since we are living in the technology era and we are more focused toward the AI, not only the teacher but the students as well, so we should add some sort of students likeness and taste in the given assessment. So technology integration will help to explore and implement the given technology, enhance assessment tools, and the professional development resources. Then we have student engagement. It will focus on creating the engaging and effective science learning experiences for all the students. So it was all about today's presentation, which was about the assessment and the symbiotic relationship between the professional development. I have mentioned some of the references because I believe we should give the credits to the authors who really worked for the given science terminology. So these are some of the references. I collected the data from their research papers and then I compiled them and present in the form of presentation in front of you. So it was all about today's presentation. Thank you so much for watching the whole video. You can ask any sort of question in the comment box and I will answer mostly of them. So see you in the next video and don't forget to subscribe my channel for the more interesting and educational videos. Thank you so much. Bye bye.